In the year 1521, Ferdinand Magellan, a Portuguese explorer sailing under the Spanish crown, arrived in the Philippine archipelago. As his ships anchored off the shores of Mactan Island, he was welcomed by Raja Humebon, a local chieftain who had embraced Christianity and sought Magellan's help to subdue a rival leader. What Magellan saw was an opportunity to expand Spain's influence and further spread Christianity. But on Mactan Island, Lapu-Lapu, a fierce and independent Datu, stood ready to defy foreign domination, knowing full well the consequences of resistance. The stage was set for a historic confrontation that would echo through the ages. Raja Humebon, eager to solidify his alliance with Magellan, approached him with a plea. He requested assistance in defeating Lapu-Lapu, a rival chieftain who refused to submit to Spanish rule or convert to Christianity. Magellan, confident in his superior weaponry and military experience, agreed without hesitation. To him, it was not just about aiding Humebon, it was a chance to showcase the might of Spain and secure his legacy as a conqueror. But as Humebon warned of Lapu-Lapu's fierce loyalty to his people, Magellan dismissed the caution, unaware of the formidable resistance awaiting him on the shores of Mactan. On Mactan Island, the defiant chieftain Lapu-Lapu stood firm. News of Magellan's impending attack had reached him, and he wasted no time rallying his warriors. In the heart of the village, under the glow of a setting sun, Lapu-Lapu addressed his people. He spoke of freedom, of the dignity of their ancestors, and the need to protect their homeland. To Lapu-Lapu, surrender was not an option. With fire in their hearts and courage in their souls, the warriors of Mactan prepared themselves for battle, ready to fight with everything they had, armed only with their knowledge of the land and their unyielding spirit. As the night before the battle fell, both sides prepared for the coming storm. At Magellan's camp, soldiers polished their armor, sharpened their swords, and loaded their muskets. They laughed and jested, confident in their technological superiority. Meanwhile, in Lapu-Lapu's village, the warriors worked tirelessly, crafting bamboo spears, carving wooden shields, and praying to their ancestors for guidance. The air was thick with anticipation. While Magellan's men sought victory for glory and conquest, Lapu-Lapu's people prepared for a fight for survival, knowing that the dawn would bring a battle that would decide the fate of their island. The first light of dawn broke over the shores of Mactan as Magellan and his men began their march. Wading through knee-deep water, burdened by their heavy armor, they struggled against the rising tide. The sharp coral reefs beneath their feet slowed their advance, but Magellan pressed forward, determined to teach Lapu-Lapu a lesson. On shore, Lapu-Lapu's warriors waited in silence, hidden among the mangroves. They watched as the invaders struggled to reach the rocky beach, their movements labored and their formation broken. The islanders' familiarity with the land gave them the upper hand, and they prepared to strike. The stillness of the morning shattered as Lapu-Lapu's warriors launched their first attack. A rain of bamboo spears and arrows descended upon Magellan's forces, catching them off guard. The Spanish soldiers scrambled to defend themselves, their heavy armor clanking as they tried to form a line. The uneven terrain made it impossible to hold their ground. The islanders, quick and agile, moved like shadows among the rocks and trees, evading musket fire and striking with precision. The Spanish forces, for all their advanced weaponry, found themselves overwhelmed by the relentless assault of Lapu-Lapu's warriors. In the midst of the chaos, Magellan and Lapu-Lapu found themselves face to face. The seasoned European explorer, wielding a gleaming sword, faced the agile island chieftain, armed with a spear and shield. Their duel was a clash of worlds, steel against wood, strategy against instinct. Magellan, slowed by his armor, struggled to keep up with Lapu-Lapu's swift and precise movements. Each strike of Lapu-Lapu's spear chipped away at Magellan's defenses. The battle between the two leaders became the centerpiece of the conflict. a moment that would determine the outcome of the day and echo through history. Magellan's heavy armor and exhaustion began to take their toll. His swings grew slower, his steps heavier. Lapu-Lapu, sensing his advantage, pressed the attack with relentless determination. With a powerful strike, Lapu-Lapu's spear found its mark, and Magellan fell to his knees. Around them, the Spanish forces faltered, their morale shattered by the sight of their fallen leader. Lapu-Lapu's warriors cheered as the invaders retreated toward their ships. The tide had turned, and the battle for Mactan was won, not by superior weapons, but by the resilience and unity of its people. With their leader slain, the Spanish forces fled to their ships, leaving the shores of Mactan in defeat. Lapu-Lapu and his warriors stood victorious, but the cost of freedom weighed heavy on their hearts. The battle had claimed lives on both sides, and the village mourned their fallen. Yet, their victory was a testament to the power of unity and the strength of their resolve. For Lapu-Lapu, the triumph was not just a moment of glory. It was a message to all who would dare to threaten their sovereignty. The spirit of Mactan would never be subdued. Standing on the shore, Lapu-Lapu gazed at the horizon, where the Spanish ships disappeared into the distance. The waves lapped at his feet, a reminder of the battle that had just ended. He spoke to his people, reminding them that this victory was not the end, but the beginning of a long struggle to protect their freedom. "We have shown them our strength," he said, "but we must remain vigilant. They will return, and when they do, we must be ready." His words echoed across the village, a call for unity and courage in the face of an uncertain future. The Battle of Mactan became a defining moment in Philippine history. Lapu-Lapu's courage and determination turned him into a symbol of resistance against oppression, inspiring generations of Filipinos to stand for their freedom. Meanwhile, Magellan's death marked a turning point in European exploration, a humbling reminder of the limits of conquest. Over the centuries, the story of Mactan has been retold, not just as a tale of war, but as a testament to the enduring spirit of a people who refused to be conquered. The story of Lapu-Lapu and the Battle of Mactan is a lesson in courage, unity, and the power of standing firm in the face of adversity. It teaches us that freedom is not given, but earned through sacrifice and determination. As we honor the bravery of Lapu-Lapu and his warriors, let us reflect on the value of our own heritage and the importance of defending what we hold dear. Share this story, celebrate our history, and let it inspire a future where freedom and unity prevail. Like, comment, and subscribe to keep the spirit of Lapu-Lapu alive.